do double air melee? What the fuck was that? What's up, you guys, and today we're going to be going over the Hawks Quirk set more in depth. I haven't had that much time to mess around with him. I've played with him, I think, in a handful of matches, but I think that I understand the general concept of how his kit works, and I will tell you what I think he would be, like, power-wise, skill-wise, where I think he would fit on the tier list and stuff like that, and how I think you should probably play him. So, to start off, currently in the files, this Hawks would be 275 health. I see no reason for them to change this, because why would you purposely add a 275 health thing to the character to the files and then like just buff him to like 350 or 300? Like, imagine if they make it like 325. Like, that would be funny. Yeah, he will be kind of a glass cannon. He doesn't output that much damage, but he does a good bit of damage, if that makes sense. That moves to my first point. This character has a 777 gimmick. 6-7, meaning that for each one of his skills at level 7, he will get a new different gimmick. So at level 7, the hold version of his alpha will now shoot 3 tornadoes instead of 1. Let me just go to level 6 and show you. Level 1, or like level 6, only shoots 1 tornado when you hold it. But when you get to level 7, it shoots out 3. So the tap version of his alpha is pretty basic. You just swing your wing, shoot an alpha. If you hold a direction, he carries momentum. This feels kind of weird to me, maybe just because I'm not used to it. I don't really like it that much, but it doesn't make the character bad by any means. But if you just want to stand still, you can. It's just a matter of precisely controlling your momentum and controlling your movement inputs. Now, you can also combine this with special action for even more momentum, which is actually really nice. So if you just tap special alpha, you can get a lot of momentum on it, and it's really sick. It's really good. When this projectile hits the air, it has a different effect. It'll just immediately disappear, but if you shoot it on the ground, it'll linger and it'll spin for some time. And it'll slowly move forward as well. So you can like be kind of inaccurate with your shots, but it'll slowly move forward towards the opponent. Now, the hold version of this is actually kind of the same. Maybe you just hold it down in the air, they immediately disappear, but if you shoot it on the ground, they will remain in place. One cool tidbit about his beta is that the angle of your camera determines the overall spread of the tornadoes themselves, and this is also the same for Tech Denki. So let me just explain this on Tech Denki real quick. So if you're playing on Tech Denki, you shoot straight up, they will all converge into one. The same is also true for Hawks. So let me go back to Hawks real quick. You shoot straight up, they all converge into one tornado. The same is also true if you shoot all the way down. They all converge into one tornado that moves forward. That was a bad example. There you go. They all just combine into one tornado that... Yeah, you have to be like looking straight down for it. Like, if you just look like even like a little bit upwards, then they will be kind of separated, but basically moving as one. At the very end of the tornado, after the 3 hits, you can combo them even further because they get launched upwards. You can also do hold alpha, tap alpha. You can get 2 tap alphas in. I feel like his alpha is going to be a very underutilized part of his kit, and the alpha just feels very weird to me. I'm not calling him bad or anything. He just feels very, not like stationary, he just feels very awkward, but it just takes some getting used to. One more thing before we move on to like the beta and stuff. This character like will not compare like to Prime Hawks in any way, shape, or form. So you don't have to, you don't need to be worried that we're gonna get like the second coming of Prime Hawks. No, this character actually takes a good bit of skill to make work. Moving on to one of the most skillful parts of this kit, the beta. The beta is a very hard to hit move, but once you hit it, you will get a lot of reward for it, which I think is a really good design. So it is just a straight rush. It's Blade's ult from fucking Marvel Rivals, bro. That's literally what it is. You dash forward and along the path that you travel, you will leave a bunch of slashes. Now, the gimmick for this skill at level 7, 6, 7, is that this move will gain super armor at level 7. So as you see, I'm glowing yellow, but if I move it to level 6, he will not glow yellow. This move has no tracking at all, so you have to be very precise with your hits. This move will not be easy to land a lot of the time. So I could be aiming like right here on this deku and it will not hit him. It is very precise. It is very difficult. The slashes have a very inconsistent hitbox. It's a very good hitbox, but what I mean by inconsistent is that you can dash like right over someone's head. It won't hit him, but I can be like right here and it'll hit him. It's really weird. Now, I will go over some of the potential combos that you actually can do with this. Now, if before you ask, yes, beta into beta is possible, but this combo does not work a lot of the time. It is very inconsistent, and I do not recommend that you go for it, as beta's cooldown, let me just take it off and speed up, is not short at all. It is it's a pretty lengthy one. I think it's around like 6-7 seconds. Now, I'm assuming like once you hit this beta, if you hit this beta raw, your natural just reactions is going to be do alpha. And you can actually fit in 2 alphas depending on how high they are. I'm not sure if you can do a hold alpha. Doing hold alpha is kind of hard after this. Yeah, it's not really worth doing hold alpha at all. But you can also hold the skill down in order to more accurately aim where you want to go. I think that is a really nice and really clean addition. It doesn't give you any additional effects like more super armor, like damage reduction or anything. It doesn't give you more damage, more range. It's just to give you a more precise way of aiming the attack. And also, you have to be very cautious when using this move, because if you just use it, look how I can't. This is me like trying to move around. I can't move around at all after this. That was the fastest I could act out of this. You cannot act out of this at all. Getting hit by this move feels terrible. I've fought it before. It feels really oppressive, and it does a lot. It is really good damage, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it gives you a good reward for hitting this move, because this move is really hard to hit. Like, that's over 200 damage, bro. Like, this character is definitely a strike. I do not recommend that you use this beta for movement a lot, because using it for vertical mobility is pretty bad, and you want to use this for combat only. Because 1, because of the end lag, 2, because of the cooldown, and it's not really worth it, because like I guess for vertical mobility, I think this character, Space Hop, again, like I said in the last video for Alpha 1, will affect this character quite heavily. You could just space hop to your location that you want to go to, because you don't want to use this for mobility. You really don't. You really just want to keep that only for combat. This move synergizes with Hawk's other moves really well. You can go into Alpha, like I said before, or you can also go into Gamma, and I'll just transition into Gamma right now. Beta into Gamma is also true, but it really just depends on where it sends them. Let me just try it right here. Yeah, you have to be, I think you have to be close, like really close to them. Yeah. So you can fit an alpha afterwards. So you can't really do beta from a far range away. Actually, I don't know, it's inconsistent. Because I was just doing it, it wasn't working. But yeah, it's just inconsistent. His combos are kind of inconsistent, but they're consistent. Like, it's like in the middle. Now moving on to Gamma, the level 7 gimmick for this skill, which is just like regular Hawk's Gamma. At level 7, you will gain perception on the enemy. So let me go to level 6 and just show you that right now. They are not percepted. I cannot see them. But if I go to level 7, 6, 7, they will get percepted at the very end of the attack, at the spiral part. Now this move gives him really nice movement. So let me just show you this right now. When you tap special and you go into Gamma, you get a lot of movement, a lot of momentum. It's really nice. It flows in really well with his kit. This is like the part of his kit that I really like. And with the new momentum change, you can now control this movement really easily. Now, one thing I will tell you, I know I said don't use it for movement, but I'm in training, so it doesn't matter. This is not good for vertical mobility. This is not used for vertical mobility. You cannot use this for vertical mobility that much. This is really just used if you're like on like a high altitude already, and you just want to get some like extra momentum. You want to traverse like a really long distance. Like, look how far I'm going with that. Like, that's crazy. Even just for like moving around in just like regular combat and just fighting around, this is gonna be really good for weaving and dodging around your opponent and help mitigate his low HP pool, which is only 275, which is only like 25 more than his base version. You can also use this to set up into some combos. You can do that to Alpha. This move does decent damage overall. Let me just put it to level 9 so I can show you the max amount of damage that you can possibly do. It does around like 150. It does really good damage. It takes off most of the opponent's shield. Like 150, 170. It does great damage. The hitbox is also quite generous on it. You can combo it into Alpha really easily. If you are fast enough, you can also combo it into Beta. But you have to be really quick with it, as the hit stun is not that long, and it will lock the opponent in a random direction every single time. I would say overall for the Gamma, I think this is a really nice fluid part of his kit overall. Like, it gives him a lot of mobility, it gives him a lot of just unpredictability and fluidity in his overall just combo game and just overall just gameplay loop in general. I'm not too familiar with this Hawks. I haven't played him nearly as much as I've played All For One, but I do plan to play him more, and I probably will be live later today with some more modded customs, trying to get used to this not All For One, trying to get used to this Hawks Quirk set and trying to get better with him, because right now I kind of suck with him, but I have fought him, I have played with him, I have seen other people play him, I have seen other people literally be better than me with him, so I know I just need to get used to him, and I know that he actually can be quite a menace if played correctly. One thing cool that I find is funny you can do with his Gamma, this is not consistent at all, but you can leave a trail of the beta for them to fall into, and then you can just do an alpha afterwards to finish it off. Oh yeah, one more part of the Gamma, I'm just going to keep saying one more part. You can actually hold this button down to rise higher, rather than if you just tapped it. So this is the tap, and this is the hold version. Now, when you are hitting someone, it will make it more consistent to do not use your movement keys. You would treat this as like you would treat it like howitzer hold or like assault Kirishima alpha hold. Let the game do the work for you and just hold the button down. Do not hit a movement key, because if you do hit a movement key, it will make the hits very inconsistent. See, like how I missed a few ticks at the very end there. It is it's not recommended. See how like I missed completely? Yeah, the control on it is very sensitive, so just hold the button down if you want to hit someone. Now, his vertical mobility on this Quirk set is not nearly as good as regular Hawks, like at all. Like, his vertical mobility kind of sucks, I'm gonna be so for real. This isn't even that good for like vertical mobility. Like, it gives you good momentum on it, but like, and the cooldown on this is not short either. It's pretty long as well. Obviously, it's Hawks, so none of his shit's gonna reload in the air. He's a flying character. This probably takes about like 5, 6 seconds to reload. It's not terrible, but it's also not short. But so yeah, honestly, if you want to play this character, run Space Hop, bro. Like, you don't want to have to use your quirks for vertical mobility. Just use your jump, bro. Overall, I think this Hawks will be quite a menace if played correctly. I feel like he's going to be the case of like Strike Kiri. At first, people are going to call him trash, but over time, people are actually going to realize this character is like probably like S+ tier contender. Like, he's a lot of like little intricacies in his playstyle that I think will be really exploited once people like take him into training and just really get some actual experience with him. I will not be able to show that because I don't really care that much about Hawks. I'm not going to spend much time on him, but I know a lot of people will actually love this character and think that he's really cool. But anyways, it's going to be it for me. I know this review was a lot shorter than All For Ones. I just don't have that much experience on Hawks, and I wanted to get a video out talking about him for today. So anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.